His Excellency President Brahim Ghali, President of the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, who is with us here today. Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa and all officials and members of the National Executive Committee of the African National Congress, leadership of all our leads and the alliance partners, leadership from all sectors, international guests and members of the diplomatic corps. Here again, a representative from the former liberation movements, the MPLA of Angola, Frelimo of Mozambique, ZANU-PF of Zimbabwe, Polisario Front, comrades, compatriots and friends, mphakathi wonke waseSoweto namaphetelo, sanibonani, dumelang, molweni, thobela, rimashoroni, Abshe. Loshani. Comrades, the African National Congress turns 105 years old today. This tremendous achievement is the result of the dedication, sacrifice, and hard work of millions of people in South Africa and across the world who acted in unity to ensure that we can live in a free South Africa. Sizizwa sijabule kakhulu njengoba lolu suku lokugubha iminyaka eyikhulu neminyaka emihlanu ukhongolose asungulwa, silugubha ekhaya lomzabalazo nekhaya le-ANC eSoweto. Compatriots, this is a special year for the ANC and our country. One of the key architects of the freedom we enjoy today, Comrade President Oliver Reginald Tambo, would have celebrated 100 years of age had he lived until 2017. We proudly dedicate this year his centenary to him. We also honor one of the great heroes of liberation struggle throughout the world. Comrade Commandant Fidel Castro Ruz, who passed away on the 25th November 2016. All cadres of the movement must emulate the historic examples of President O.R. Tambo and Comrade Fidel Castro. As we mark 105 years of this glorious movement, the African National Congress, and indeed the continuation of the National Democratic Revolution, the ANC has remained resolute in our determination to build united, non-racial, non-sexist, democratic, and prosperous South Africa. President O.R. consistently emphasized the importance of having maximum political and organizational unity. We must draw lessons from this illustrious leader and promote unity in action within our movement and in our country. Our people have told us that we come across as too busy fighting one another and do not pay sufficient attention to their needs. We must give our people hope. We must unite against our common enemies, which are unemployment, poverty, and inequality, and not against one another. The ANC leagues, the ANC Women's League, Youth League, and Veterans League are at the coalface of representing the specific interests of their constituencies within the movement. They must lead programs that unite the people. Our task is also to unite the alliance as directed by O.R. Tambo at the funeral of Comrade Moses Mabhida, to guard it jealously and not to tear ourselves apart. We also call for the unity of the South African people across the political spectrum. We can disagree as South Africans, but still engage one another respectfully as compatriots. Comrades, we must also continue building a non-racial society. Apartheid entrenched artificial divisions and distrust between the people based on race and ethnicity. South Africans know the danger of racism, and we must actively fight against the demon of racialism, ethnicity, jealousies, and divisions, as well as all other backward tendencies. Comrades, work continues to build a better life. South Africans have said we must grow the economy so that jobs can be created, that we must fight crime and corruption, and that the land should be returned to our people. We have heard our people, and radical economic transformation remains at the core of our economic strategy. More decisive steps must and will be taken to promote greater economic inclusion and to advance ownership, control, and real leadership of the economy by black people. The ANC must use the levers of state power to transform the economy and promote job creation. We will use government incentives, procurement, infrastructure investment, and other measures to create new industries and expand existing industries, which would increase the ownership of the economy by the black majority. Importantly, there is a need to embark on a labor-absorbing growth path by ensuring that every rand that the government spends assists in job creation. If spent efficiently, the 870 billion rand budgeted for infrastructure development over the next 3 years will help to create entrepreneurs and jobs by supporting SMMEs and cooperatives operating in the construction sector, building schools, clinic, roads, and colleges. The state spends 500 billion rand a year procuring goods and services, which also offers great opportunities for economic transformation. New regulations will come into place this year, making it compulsory for big constructors to subcontract 30% of business to small and medium enterprises as proposed in the last ANC National General Council. This should be used to empower and develop black-owned SMEs. A strict enforcement of black economic empowerment criteria should be undertaken, and an effective supplier development program with clear timelines will contribute to transformation. Furthermore, there is a need to broaden the industrial base through transforming the manufacturing sector, which has a great job creation potential. The manufacturing sector created more than 7,000 new jobs during the first 6 months of 2016. We call on South Africans, and in particular, young black and female entrepreneurs, to take advantage of all the programs and incentives, including the Black Industrialist Program. Continuous support must be provided to state-owned enterprises and companies so that they can play their role in advancing the developmental agenda. Some progress has been made by some SOEs. We commend ESCOM for the stabilization of the electricity grid, which has a good impact on the economy. There has been no load shedding since August last year. Importantly, the SOEs must actively encourage the entrance of new players, especially black-owned SMMEs, in their procurement of goods and services as part of economic transformation. The training of young people as apprentices in various trades in our SOEs and other companies is also critical as we develop skills for the economy and empower our youth. Comrades, we are encouraged by the recent increase in commodity prices and are relatively confident that our mining sector will begin to show an improvement in the near future. The mining charter is being reviewed. We expect all mining companies to abide by the conditions of their licenses, including improving the living and working conditions of workers. The ANC government will also continue its programs of revitalizing mining towns to improve the living conditions and to pursue beneficiation. The ANC once again extends its condolences to the families of those who were killed in Marikana. Government announced recently that discussions are continuing among legal representatives for the compensation related to the Marikana tragedy. Comrades and compatriots, the ANC remains committed to putting in place a decent and living wage for all. We congratulate the business, labor, government, and community sectors on the proposal of 3,500 Rand as a floor wage, the proposed start below which no employer should pay workers. We encourage all to participate in the discussions aimed at reaching consensus about the eventual figure that will be agreed. Comrades, President O.R. Tambo recognized that the struggle for national liberation is intrinsically linked to the emancipation of women. The ANC commits that we shall actively work to improve women's access to economic opportunities and, in particular, business financing and credit so that women can pursue business opportunities in all areas. Comrades and compatriots, land, housing, health and education are among the critical levers towards a better life and prosperity. Our land reform and land redistribution program have shown measurable success. However, too many of our people continue to suffer from the historic injustice perpetrated by the horrendous land dispossessions. This year, we shall begin to utilize the Expropriation of Land Act to pursue land reform and land redistribution with greater speed and urgency, following the prescripts of our Constitution. The provision of dignity to our people continues, and more than 22 million people have been provided with housing over the last 2 decades. However, we are also concerned that some people sell the houses or rent them out. This is unacceptable and has to stop. It undermines the progress we are making with the social transformation program. It can't be right that when so many people don't have houses, when your turn comes, you are given the house, you rent it or sell it. It's not acceptable. The ANC also began a program of handing over title deeds to beneficiaries. We call on our government to accelerate this program. Education and skills are fundamental requirements for creating a prosperous society. The ANC is inspired by the great intellectualism of Comrade OR and celebrates this teacher in appreciating the role of mathematics and science. The ANC government has made great strides in providing quality basic education. The ANC commends learners, parents, and teachers for their dedication and congratulates the class of 2016. The ANC is especially proud The ANC is especially proud of the Free State province, which achieved the Free State province achieved 93.2% pass rate. This is a phenomenal achievement. Well done, Free State. Comrades, it is equally commendable that an increasing number of the top performing learners are from government schools. It demonstrates that our pro-poor policies are working and are successful. Some of these policies include an increase in the number of fee-free schools where children of the poor study free of charge and also receive meals at school to improve concentration and performance. Our successes in basic education add to the legitimate demands for quality and affordable post-school education. We agree at a fundamental level that we must achieve our goal of the progressive realization of free education for the poor and working class as per the prescripts of the Freedom Charter. In line with the call in the Freedom Charter that says, and I quote, "Higher education and technical training shall be opened to all by means of state allowances and scholarships awarded on the basis of merits," unquote. I think it is important to underline this point, that the implementers of what is in the Freedom Charter have gone beyond what the Freedom Charter says. It is no longer on the basis of merits only. It is on the basis of poorness, of those who cannot afford. The National Student Financial Aid Scheme currently covers over 75% of students in tertiary institutions, mostly from poor and working class households. The ANC government has also introduced measures to alleviate the burden on students whose families earn up to 600,000 rand annually in terms of the household income, the so-called missing middle, to further expand access for students. The Presidential Commission of Inquiry into Higher Education and Training will make final recommendations on the long-term funding of higher education and training. As we await for the Commission to conclude its work in the next few months, we expect all higher education stakeholders and government to speak in one voice. Let me repeat this one. As we await for the Commission to conclude its work in the next few months, we expect all higher education stakeholders and government to speak in one voice. Comrades, we are proud of the increase in life expectancy from 60 years in 2012 to 62 years in 2014. South Africans are living longer due to improved health care, especially the success of our fight against HIV and AIDS. The ANC calls on all South Africans to participate in the newly launched whole government, whole society campaign that aims to reduce new infections against young women aged 15 to 24 years to protect our children and youth. Compatriots, our people say we must fight corruption decisively. The ANC has continued with our efforts aimed at rooting out corruption and promoting adherence to the principles of revolutionary morality within the organization. The ANC government has also put in place many programs to fight corruption and promote ethics throughout the public service. We encourage the criminal justice system to deal decisively with instances of corruption wherever it may occur, including the private sector. We call on our people to work with the criminal justice system and to report all instances of crime and corruption. Comrades and compatriots, Comrade O.R. Tambo worked tirelessly to ensure that South Africa becomes a constitutional democracy, and the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa is now the supreme law of the country. We take great pride in the fact that the ANC government ensured the establishment of a democratic multi-party parliament, an independent judiciary based on the rule of law, and various institutions supporting our democracy. We must ensure that all of these institutions are protected and supported. We are proud that our Constitution espouses progressive values and protects all persons equally, especially women, children, and persons living with disabilities. It also includes provisions aimed at safeguarding cultural, linguistic, and religious rights, and those entrenching the rights of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and intersex South Africans. Our Constitution recognizes the institution, status, and role of traditional leadership. The ANC also fully supports traditional leadership as an instrument of unity and as an agent of change within our constitutional democracy. The ANC supports the democratic right of all persons to protest peacefully in line with the Constitution without resorting to violence and the destruction of property. Comrades, the ANC is unwavering in our defense of the freedom of the media. As a result of our relentless fight for the freedom of religion, belief, opinion, and expression, these rights have now been enshrined in the Constitution. Never again in our democracy will any newspaper be banned, as happened to the World and Weekend World newspapers 40 years ago. Likewise, the media should report fairly and factually. Ake ngiyiphinde. Likewise, the media on its side should report fairly and factually. We should all do the same. Be fair to one another. Wonderful. Compatriots, Comrade OR was a great internationalist and succeeded in building a united mass force against apartheid regime. In the year of Oliver Tambo, we also commemorate 100 years of the 1917 Great October Socialist Revolution by Russian workers. The ANC remains appreciative of the solidarity and material support provided by the people of Russia during our struggle for our liberation. The ANC continued to champion internationalism based on our ideals of a just and equitable world. The ongoing strengthening of South-South cooperation and the growing influence of BRICS are encouraging. We are steadfast in our commitment to African unity and the achievement of a prosperous Africa. The ANC celebrates the 60th anniversary of the independence of Ghana and remains inspired by its son, Kwame Nkrumah. The ANC urges our government to continue our peacekeeping efforts and solidarity work in countries such as Sudan, the Democratic Republic of Congo, the Central African Republic, and others. The ANC reaffirms our solidarity and unity with all the oppressed people of the world. We are honored to host the President of the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic with us today here in this celebration. We remain unwavering in our support for an independent and free Western Sahara. We shall continue to offer concrete support and solidarity for the programs of the Polisario Front. The ANC continues to stand with the people of Cuba and calls on the United States to return Guantanamo Bay to Cuba and lift the economic embargo. The people of Palestine continue to suffer in their rightful quest for self-determination, and and the ANC pledges its ongoing solidarity and support for their just cause. We reiterate that we firmly discourage travel to Israel for causes not related to fostering peace in the region. We call for unity in Palestine and support UN Security Council Resolution 2334 of December 2016. We call on the international community to assist the people of Syria to find a peaceful and lasting solution to the conflict. Comrades, we wish to emphasize that in this year of OR Tambo, we must build a caring, listening, and responsive ANC. The ANC has heard the message that the people delivered during the August 2016 local government elections. We accept that we have made mistakes and shall correct these mistakes. One example of correcting our mistakes is that where list processes have been manipulated, the ANC has sent teams to these regions to take the necessary corrective measures. All ANC councillors have signed performance and accountability agreements with the movement, and these agreements are being enforced. The councillors are aware that they must be accessible to the communities. ANC municipalities must conduct regular surveys to gauge the levels of satisfaction amongst their communities. Employees of the ANC at provincial and national level must also respect our people and listen to them. Public servants who are implementing ANC policies must also listen to our people and respond to their suggestions and complaints swiftly and in a caring manner. Indeed, the ANC must be a listening and a humble organization. That is what OR Tambo taught us. We must also learn from President Tambo and keep in mind that the people must always have a say in shaping and developing ANC policy and decisions. The ANC will elect a new national leadership in December. These leaders must demonstrate a desire and commitment to serve the people. They must have a proven track record and be able to unite, organize, and inspire the message and inspire the masses to be their own liberators. The tasks of the movement are clear. Every member, branch, and structure must focus on building the African National Congress. We call on all ANC members, structures and the alliance partners to work together and build unity at all levels. We call on our members to organize and participate in discussion on how to build a common South African identity and to develop campaigns to strengthen national solidarity. We repeat that we expect our branches and structures to lead campaigns on non-racialism, eradicating patriarchy and all forms of sexism, and other campaigns that promote progressive values in society. We must lead a concerted drive throughout the country to recruit new members and to bring former supporters and activists back to the structures of the movement. In this regard, we call on ANC members to be decisive and stem out gatekeeping, ill-discipline, factionalism, the buying of members, and the manipulation of internal democratic processes. I repeat this paragraph. In this regard, we call on ANC members to be decisive and stem out gatekeeping, ill-discipline, factionalism, the buying of members, and the manipulation of internal democratic processes. All of us must fight against these evils. They are undermining our organization. We cannot continue with these practices. We must stem them out. Members of the ANC are called upon to be exemplary in their conduct and lifestyle. We expect our cadres to emulate Comrade O.R. Tambo and live a life of humility, integrity, and selfless service to the people. That's what O.R. did. The 54th National Conference will take place in December 2017, and we encourage members and structures to prepare thoroughly for it. The ANC calls on its structures to spread the message of the ANC widely and to encourage discussion about ANC policy proposals within their communities. There must be consensus on the policies and programs that the movement must pursue during the next 5 years. These policies must inform the discussion about leadership. We therefore expect that ANC members will firstly conclude in-depth discussions about the principles that qualify comrades for leadership. There must be agreement about these principles before comrades begin discussions about the names of specific leaders. We also urge that the power of ANC branches must not be undermined by slates and lobby groups. I want to repeat this paragraph. We also urge that the power of ANC branches must not be undermined by slates and lobby groups. As we know, we always say, amandla asemasebeni. Amasebe ke mawangavumi ukuhluthwa lawo mandla awo. That will kill the organization. Comrades, we congratulate all branches of the ANC and leagues that have worked hard in the past year. As we knew, approaching the elections, we always said the past elections were not going to be easy. They were going to be difficult elections. And I think you worked very hard. All of us, volunteers, the leadership, the branches. So I would like to thank all of you for the work well done. Now, we are pleased to announce the winners of the ANC Achievement Awards for 2017. Can't be. For 2016. How can we win before we play? For 2016. The Soul Plaji Award conferred on the best performing ANC branch goes to the Nelson Mandela branch, Bushabela region, Mpumalanga. Baka, Nika, Itla. And so, well done. Well done. Oh, no, Pala. Well done. Mana, nangu sada. The runner-up is Ward 19, Edi Ngwanaweng branch, Dr. Ruth Mompati region, Northwest. It's Thunder telling man. Congratulations, well done. Housework, well done. Dakota. The Charlotte Maxeke Award conferred on the best performing ANC Women's League branch goes to I think I told you. Ingani nifike nakita kakhulu. Ayiki branch. So bayithathela. Where is the branch? Branch is not there. Okay. Okay, we repeat. The Charlotte Maxeke Award conferred on the best performing ANC Women's League branch goes to the Moses Kotane branch, Bochanala region, Northwest. Once again. Hey, me serious. Me serious, Mos. Me serious. Where are the branch? Okay. Hey, let deploy jabule gabi le. Oyibheke. Next, the Anthony Lembede Award conferred on the best performing ANC Youth League branch. It goes to the Lillian Ngoyi branch, Lijwele Putswa region, Free State. Up Free State. Congratulations. 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 The next one, the ZK Matthews Award conferred on the best performing group of ANC councillors goes to the ANC councillors of the Kangala District Municipality, Mpumalanga. Congratulations. 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 Okay. Next, the run-up is Lijwela Putswa District Municipality, Free State. Congratulations. 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 Hey, kumnati kuba ku ANC. Hey, kumnati. Kumnandi ukuba ku ANC. We would like to congratulate the recipients of these awards. They mean a lot in the life of the ANC. Recognition of the job well done by different categories of the ANC. Siyanbingelela, siyanbulisa, siyanbongela. Riyaleboga bayesu. Comrades, the ANC wishes to honor the spirit and unwavering courage of those comrades who passed away during 2016. We also extend our deepest condolences to the families of the 16th people, mainly children, who died in accidents caused by the floods in Hammanskraal and Kwaggafontein yesterday. The pain felt by the families is immeasurable. As we close, we must once again pay special tribute to a man from humble beginnings, hailing from beyond the Engeli Mountains, Oliver Regional Tambo. His spirit must inspire us as we build unity within the organization and in our country. This statement by the National Executive Committee, it now declares this year the year of Oliver Regional Tambo. Let us deepen unity, comrades. We would also like to recognize the comrades who are in the overflow, who are outside, who have been accompanying the proceedings inside here. We are with you, comrades. You are with us as well. We would like to say thank you very much for coming in your numbers, those who are inside and those who are outside. Amandla! Awethu! Oh, inde lendlela esihambayo. Oh, inde lendlela esihamba. Oh, inde lendlela esihambayo.